The main characters. The animals. Major, an old boar whose speech about the evils perpetrated by humans rouses the animals into rebelling. His philosophy concerning the tyranny of man is named animalism by his followers. He also teaches the song beasts of England to the animals. Snowball, a boar who becomes one of the rebellion's most valuable leaders. After drawing complicated plans for the construction of a windmill, he is chased off of the farm forever by Napoleon's dogs, and thereafter used as a scapegoat for the animals' troubles. Napoleon, the boar who, with Snowball, leads the rebellion against Jones. After the rebellion's success, he systematically begins to control all aspects of the farm until he is an undisputed tyrant. Squealer, a porker pig who becomes Napoleon's mouthpiece. Throughout the novel, he displays his ability to manipulate the animals' thoughts through the use of hollow yet convincing rhetoric. Boxer, a dedicated but dim-witted horse who aids in the building of the windmill, but is sold to a glue boiler after collapsing from exhaustion. Molly, a vain horse who prefers ribbons and sugar over ideas and rebellion. She is eventually lured off the farm with promises of a comfortable life. Clover, a motherly horse who silently questions some of Napoleon's decisions and tries to help Boxer after his collapse. Benjamin, a cynical, pessimistic donkey who continually undercuts the animals' enthusiasm with his cryptic remark, "Donkeys live a long time." The humans. Mr. Jones, the often drunk owner of Manor Farm, later expelled from his land by his own animals. He dies in an inebriate's home after abandoning his hopes to reclaim his farm. Mr. Whymper, solicitor hired by Napoleon to act as an intermediary in animal farms trading with neighboring farms. Mr. Pilkington, the owner of Foxwood, a neighboring and neglected farm. He eventually sells some of his land to Napoleon and, in the novel's final scene, toasts to Napoleon's success. Jones. Mr. Frederick, an enemy of Pilkington and owner of Pinchfield, another neighboring farm. Known for driving hard bargains, Frederick swindles Napoleon by buying timber from him with counterfeit money. He later tries to attack and seize Animal Farm but is defeated. Chapter 1, Introduction and Old Major's Vision. Animal Farm opens with Mr. Jones of Manor Farm, a negligent and often drunken farmer, failing to properly secure the farm at night. The animals on the farm, tired of their mistreatment, gather in secret under the leadership of an aging boar named Old Major. He has had a prophetic dream about a world where animals are free from the oppression of humans. At the meeting, Old Major addresses all the animals, from the hard-working horses, Boxer and Clover, to the clever pigs, Snowball and Napoleon. Old Major argues that all of the animals' misery is caused by humans, who exploit their labor while giving them the bare minimum to survive. He proclaims that animals should rise up and overthrow their human oppressors. In his speech, Old Major sets out the principles of animal equality, which later evolve into the philosophy of animalism. He finishes by teaching the animals a revolutionary song, Beasts of England, which stirs hope for freedom among the animals. This song becomes an anthem for their cause. Chapter 2, The Rebellion begins. 3 days after delivering his powerful speech, Old Major dies, but his ideas inspire the animals. The pigs, particularly Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer, quickly take the lead in organizing the rebellion. These pigs form the core of the leadership because they are considered the smartest animals on the farm. The pigs start to educate the other animals about the principles of animalism, though some animals struggle to understand. Molly, a vain and frivolous horse, is more concerned with wearing ribbons and receiving sugar cubes than with the rebellion. Other animals, like Boxer and Clover, embrace the cause with enthusiasm. When Mr. Jones neglects to feed the animals for a prolonged period, the animals rise up spontaneously, breaking into the food stores. The long-awaited rebellion occurs sooner than anyone expected. The animals successfully drive Mr. Jones off the farm, renaming it Animal Farm and adopting 7 commandments based on Old Major's teachings. These commandments emphasize equality and reject human behaviors like drinking, wearing clothes, and killing other animals. Chapter 3: The Early Success of Animal Farm. After the rebellion, the animals are ecstatic. They take control of the farm, dividing up the work fairly. The pigs, due to their intelligence, naturally assume leadership roles, with Snowball and Napoleon emerging as key figures. Snowball is more inventive and articulate, while Napoleon is quieter but more strategic in consolidating power. Boxer, the hard-working horse, adopts the personal motto "I will work harder" and becomes a symbol of loyalty and dedication to the cause. The pigs teach themselves to read and write, and Snowball creates a flag representing the future Republic of Animals, which the animals raise every Sunday in a special ceremony. Snowball also formed various committees to improve the farm's efficiency, though many of these projects are failures. Despite these minor setbacks, the farm enjoys a productive summer, and the harvest is a great success. The animals are energized by their newfound freedom and the knowledge that they are working for themselves. However, tensions between Snowball and Napoleon begin to surface, foreshadowing future conflicts. Chapter 4: The Battle of the Cowshed. As news of the rebellion spreads to neighboring farms, other human farmers like Mr. Pilkington of Foxwood and Mr. Frederick of Pinchfield become nervous. They worry that their own animals might revolt, and they start to spread rumors about the chaos at Animal Farm. Mr. Jones, desperate to reclaim his farm, rallies a group of men and launches an attack to retake the farm. The animals, under Snowball's military leadership, are prepared for the assault. Drawing inspiration from Julius Caesar's battle tactics, Snowball organizes the animals into defensive positions. The men attack, but the animals fiercely defend their farm, with Snowball charging bravely into the fray. Boxer, who unintentionally kills a stable boy, is devastated by the violence, showing his inner conflict about the rebellion's toll. The animals emerge victorious in what becomes known as the Battle of the Cowshed, a defining moment in their history. Snowball is celebrated as a hero, and the animals establish military honors, marking the battle as a major success for the newly liberated Animal Farm. Chapter 5: Snowball versus Napoleon and the Windmill Debate. Tensions between Snowball and Napoleon continue to rise, particularly over the issue of building a windmill. Snowball proposes the construction of a windmill that would generate electricity, making life easier for the animals by powering machinery that would reduce their workload. He envisions a future where animals have more leisure time and greater prosperity. Napoleon, however, opposes the idea, seeing it as a distraction from the immediate needs of the farm. He believes in focusing on food production and accuses Snowball of being impractical. During a crucial meeting, Snowball gives an impassioned speech in favor of the windmill, but just as he is about to win the animals' support, Napoleon unleashes a pack of trained dogs that chase Snowball off the farm. With Snowball gone, Napoleon takes full control of Animal Farm, declaring that the pigs will now make all decisions without the animals' input. The windmill project, ironically, is reinstated under Napoleon's leadership, marking the beginning of his unchallenged rule. Chapter 6: The Corruption of Power. Under Napoleon's dictatorship, life on Animal Farm becomes increasingly difficult for the common animals. The windmill project moves forward, but the animals are overworked and underfed. Despite the hardships, Boxer continues to work tirelessly, embodying the spirit of the revolution with his motto, "I will work harder." Napoleon begins trading with humans, a stark reversal of the original principles of animalism, which prohibited interaction with humans. The pigs justify this decision, claiming it is necessary for the survival of the farm. Squealer, Napoleon's mouthpiece, becomes increasingly important, using propaganda to manipulate the other animals and convince them that the pigs' decisions are in their best interest. A terrible storm destroys the windmill, and Napoleon blames Snowball, accusing him of sabotage. This act further demonizes Snowball and solidifies Napoleon's position as the uncontested leader. The animals begin to doubt the revolution's success, but they are too fearful to challenge Napoleon. Chapter 7: Executions and the Erosion of Equality. As food shortages worsen, the animals grow increasingly desperate. Napoleon, to maintain control, begins holding public executions of animals accused of conspiring with Snowball. These purges terrify the animals into submission. The executions violate one of the key commandments: no animal shall kill any other animal, but Squealer convinces the animals that the rule was always intended to exclude traitors. The pigs, who once advocated for equality, start altering the commandments to suit their actions. Gradually, the core principles of animalism are eroded, and the pigs begin to adopt the very behaviors that they once condemned in humans. The animals are disillusioned, but their memories of the rebellion are manipulated by Squealer, who uses clever rhetoric to convince them that they are still better off than under Mr. Jones. Chapter 8: The Windmill and Increasing Tyranny. The windmill is rebuilt, but the animals' situation continues to deteriorate. Napoleon's regime becomes increasingly dictatorial. He adopts grand titles, such as Leader and Comrade Napoleon, and the pigs enjoy luxuries like alcohol and special privileges. The animals, meanwhile, toil harder than ever for fewer rewards. Napoleon begins making deals with human farmers, despite earlier declarations that humans were the enemy. In one particularly cunning move, Napoleon sells timber to Mr. Frederick, only to discover that Frederick is paid with counterfeit money. Enraged, Napoleon declares war on Frederick, but the ensuing battle damages the windmill once again. Despite the destruction, Napoleon claims victory, using the pigs' control of information to maintain his power. Chapter 9: Boxer's Fate and the Betrayal of the Working Class. As the farm continues to decline, Boxer, the most loyal and hard-working animal, is injured. Despite his devotion to the cause, Boxer is no longer of use to Napoleon. Instead of allowing him to retire as promised, Napoleon sells Boxer to a glue manufacturer, betraying the loyal workhorse for profit. The pigs claim that Boxer has been sent to a hospital, but the animals are heartbroken when they realize the truth. Boxer's death marks a turning point for many animals, who begin to question the revolution's outcomes. However, Squealer once again pacifies the animals with lies, and they continue to toil under increasingly harsh conditions. Chapter 10: The Final Betrayal. Years pass, and the animals on the farm are barely distinguishable from those in the days of Mr. Jones. The pigs, led by Napoleon, have completely abandoned the principles of animalism. They walk on two legs, wear clothes, and live in the farmhouse, just as humans once did. The 7 commandments are replaced with a single, chilling rule: all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.